stop it with this bullshit and give me.
Now, go to the page. Thank you. Okay, since we're in here, uh, for those who be watching this possibly after the stream is over, the idea is to get as close to. Oh, I gotta have the Great Rune still active. Huh? But let's level up. The idea is to get as close to 80 as possible within a few hours. You know, I'm thinking 2-3 hour rune farm. Maybe longer if we get some people chatting, keep us entertaining. Because obviously you can imagine doing a bit of a pointless, well, not pointless grind, but a grind nonstop for like multiple hours is not easy. And those who aren't aware of unlike, like anyone who isn't aware of how this rune farm works, the idea is if you have any form of AoE attack and you can get to this location. Come on, give me the map. Thank you. Well, because this is in a late game location that you can get to early on if you use very specific strategy. Well, actually, not a strategy, but basically you do a quest called for White Mask Varl, which you can only start after beating the boss in well, not beating the boss in Stormvale, but you can get to the Round Table Hold and talk to the Two Fingers, which means you do need one of the Great Runes to talk to them. Once you talk to the Two Fingers, go back to White Mask Varl, which, if I can remember how to show above ground. There we go. Let's see, where did we come out? It's been a while, so I'm needing to find where we started. Not there. Obviously not that way. Cave of Knowledge. Oh, yeah, okay. Basically, when you come out here, like somewhere in one of these 3 points. I think it's either the Cave of Knowledge. Yeah, I think it would be at the first step. Yeah. Basically, when you go finish your little tutorial to get out of the area, and sorry, I'm prone to harvesting things when I see them. You basically come out here eventually after the tutorial. White Mask Varl will be over here. And you'll talk to him, and he'll call you maidenless. Excuse me. Had dinner before the stream. And after you basically get one of your first Great Rune, and can go to the Round Table Hold, or if you can find a way to circle around Stormvale and get to, I think it's this point? Or was it over here? Basically, you have to get to a place past here, down here. Usually the easy, well, air quotes easy, is to go and get the Great Rune from Godric. You'll basically kill him and take his rune. After that, you can get access to the Round Table Hold. Talk to the two fingers. Well, not round. Well, I think you can get access to. I think there are other ways to get access to the Round Table Hold, but basically the implied story way to do it is to get access to the Round Table Hold, talk to the two fingers, and then go back here, talk to White Mask Varl, and basically start his quest. It's probably easier to look up his exact information on various wikis, because there's this is a very old method of getting there. So there's a whole host of videos about it. And sorry if I'm wandering around the map. I'm talked and held down the button, held down the analog stick. Oh, go back, go back, stupid! No. I am readjusting to the controls. Nope, don't do that. Yeah, now we go back. Basically, when you do White Mask Varl, he'll give you a medallion that will teleport you to this location, because it was meant to be a skip. Because there's a mountaintop of the Giants area that you can go to, which is meant for near the tail end of the story. Because you need to burn the Erdtree. To do that, you have to actually. You need the Giant's Flame to burn the tree. So you basically need to get access to this area, defeat the fire giant, come back down. And the thing is when you get access to that, there's a medallion to get you to the other half of this, and I can't remember which spot. It would basically be the means to access this area. I think, yeah, no, not that area, but there's a teleporter somewhere in this little mountaintop of the Giants. Like, as it's been a while since as you can see, I actually, this is New Game Plus. So I can't exactly recall all the information, and I started this New Game Plus months back. And I only did New Game Plus not to do the story again, but because I thought, you get a rune boost for each consecutive New Game Plus. Because farming these guys gave a lot more, well, I'm not even at that location anymore. Go back. Well, basically, when you get the medallion from White Mask Varl, it'll teleport you down there. And then you have to basically go back to what this is if you went to the mountaintop of the Giants, this is where you would start. This is the proper starting location of this area, because you didn't get the cheat of inventory. Where are you? Here. Yeah, this. Basically, once you do White Mask Varl's quest, and either do the PvE version of fighting this same target at a specific location 3 times, or just simply use the PvP system 3 times, or whatever number of times it is. You don't even need to win, you just need to do it. He'll give you this. And this basically, if you use it, will teleport you to this location. letting you skip a whole bunch of shit to get to this. But the thing is if you do that, you're probably not going to have access to the means to farm these guys very easily. Because, heck, the most popular way of farming these bastards is to get something that's endgame anyway. This little sword here. The Sacred Relic Sword. You get it from beating the final boss of the story. And it has the best means of farming these guys because, well, go to the weapon. Wave of Gold is perfect for farming these guys. As shown by that. You farm these guys with that wave, you go back, reset them with the goal with this. And then you keep murdering them over and over and over. And obviously for optimal rune gains, what you would do is go in there, go in here, and get a bunch of these. You eat one, and for a few minutes you get a boost to your runes. Never understand how that guy can keep surviving those hits. The wave clearly washes over him, but he somehow always lives. Now, the only reason why I'm not using the Golden Pickle Foulfoot is because they're a bitch to farm. So I wait until I know I see some glowing-eyed mobs, because those get a massive boost to runes. So I figured, let's just eat one of those Foulfoots when we get, when we know we're gonna get one of those big rune gains. And if we miss out on a few, no big deal. This is still going to be a long, tedious grind, no matter how optimal we do it. Getting enough Golden Pickle Foulfoots to probably do this is a real pain because, unfortunately, unlike these morons, birds fly away before the wave hits them. They don't just stand there and let you turn them into mush. Oh, this is actually the first Souls game I've ever played. Like, I've tried some of the older ones at times years ago, but, well, I'm an easy mode player. That's why I have such an overpowered character. I literally was 241, 245 when I went to fight Melania. Oh, and we already lost the person in the thing. Huh. But basically, I was literally overpowered, since I'll finish the story. Oh. Oh, yeah, well, this is basically how to do easy mode in Elden Ring. You grind runes. You make yourself overpowered. Because The meta is usually about 150 for people to go for, maybe 200. I'm 363 in rune levels. So this is considered overpowered and not playing the game properly by some of the gatekeepers. Like literally, I beat Melania, the hardest boss in the game, in 2 tries, and I only needed the second try because my mimic tier would not summon. Because my build, uh, where are you? Well, the gatekeepers are the ones who built the original rules. Insert air quotes. They were the ones that played Dark Souls, Demon Souls probably, and then played Dark Souls. Going, you don't use magic. No, you don't get to use these other builds. You have to use pure strength and dodging only. And you have to do it naked. Armor is for the weak. Like you should see when I posted it, I posted that I used the mimic tier. They're going, in other words, you didn't beat the game. I'm going, it's in the game. Why can't I use it? Heck, the level cap is not 150. Why can't I go beyond that? Playing MLB? Oh, the show. Okay, I was like going. I thought, what game's that? Going. Sorry, blonde moment. Yeah. Well, for me, it's I usually choose a game. Heck, because of the Steam Spring Sale, I recently got Judgment and Lost Judgment. I'm thinking if I need something to do besides Midnight Suns, I might play that. We'll play one of obviously the first one, and then we'll move on to the second. I'm still debating about whether or not I'll buy Ghost of Tsushima for Steam since I already have the PS5 version, and I sort of burned out getting the platinum on that one a few months back. Yeah, from what I understand, it's part of the Yakuza series, or like a spin-off of the Yakuza series. I could be wrong. Actually, I have to play the Yakuza series. I tried the Yakuza 0. I found it sort of clunky. But that could be just I just need to get used to the combat system. How are you guys surviving that? I can literally see you hit by the wave. How are you still standing? Like, if the animation flows over them, they should be dead. That's what judgment is? Oh, almost walked off the cliff because I wasn't paying attention while looking at the chat. I am not being one of those red figures. I'm not being a bloodstain because I was being stupid. I did enough of that when I played this from Raw. How are these guys surviving this? This is literally the wind scar for non-anime. Oh, okay. I knew he was a detective. I'm going, when was he a lawyer? Going, okay, obviously I need to play this bloody game. I might actually have to consider that maybe after I'm. Maybe for next. Assuming I don't get called into work, I might have to consider firing up Judgment on after my next two shifts. Is Judgment as clunky as the Yakuza games? Just so I know in advance, just so I'm not going, why is everything moving so clumsily? Because that's what I felt like when I played Okay, yeah. So basically, it's just get used to the clunky movements, which seems strange considering how it's such an emphasis on combat. You'd think it'd be a little more fluid, though. I guess when it was made back in the PS3 age, it made sense. You know, like I guess there's only so much fluid movements you can have. How are you bastards not dying? I need your runes. Stop not getting killed by a wave that clearly hits you. Or at least the animation washed over you. Yokai, if you ever feel like playing a Souls game and have it getting through some of the grind, my biggest suggestion is, well, one, take it slow. I know it's going to be a pain in the ass to get through some of the bosses that unlock some of the earlier farms. Like, if you explore carefully, you'll find a guy who will mention the undead in a village. If you can survive that boss fight with a sort of a ghost boatman who constantly summons undead around him, he'll tell you where a portal is that will take you to let me see if I can call up the map. It will call up a portal that will take you to the Bestial Sanctum, and then you just go out the Bestial Sanctum door. Yeah, kind of, pretty much. Except he's not in the underworld; he's in the real world, and there's several of them. But if you can somehow basically get through all the barriers like bosses and such to get to that point and talk to this guy, and then go kill that ghost, go back and talk to him, he'll tell you, okay, you're crazy and lucky. Go here, I need someone to fulfill a promise I made and I need a replacement. He'll tell you where to go to get that portal. You go to this Bestial Sanctum place, and if you just walk out the front door and don't piss off the giant monster at the doorstep, you stealth around these little ninja dudes that are hiding out in the area up to the bridge. You stealth though, kill those bastards. Use their runes to level up until you're about 80, and then go to Stormvale and try and fight Godric. It'll be still difficult, but it'll be a lot easier when you have probably something like 60 vigor and can start working on your combat stats. Because the basic rule for equivalent of easy mode in Elden Ring is build vigor. Trust me, combat stats are secondary until you have lots of HP. Because HP lets you make mistakes. And of course, obviously, go around, try and get these smaller locations like the various caves. Now, mind you, my map is more detailed than what you would have if you actually played the game from a fresh save. Because like I said before, this is a new game plus run. So I still have a complete map and all the markers. So I can actually still see the complete map. But if you played this game without any New Game Plus data, you won't even have a map. You have to go find the map pieces and fill it out. Because you only get to unlock a portion of the map at a time. Oh, and how are you people not dying? I watched the wave. You should be literally turned into runes by now. Yeah, but like I said, there's a bunch of different rune grinds. Actually, you can even YouTube various rune grind builds, rune farms. They'll tell you whether they're legit rune farms or just exploits to, because actually what I did for the longest time when I first got access to this area was do what's called the cliff jump glitch. You go to this other point I have in this specific location closer to Mogwan. I don't know how to pronounce that blasted name. Basically, the palace, the dynasty mausoleum. You go to this point, and if you look up various things, they'll tell you what cliff to go to. You use the horse to get up that cliff, jump off the edge, and keep swinging your weapon. It'll let you keep falling without dying, and until you start gathering runes. Because from what everyone thinks is happening is, as you drop... Oh, okay, so yeah, the only story game I see in that one is Baldur's Gate. So yeah, okay, that's different. Actually, yeah, I think overall, Fortnite would probably be an example of a hard game, considering how you can face people that are good versus compared to whatever your personal skill level is. Oh, wait, I didn't respawn the enemy. Don't. Ah. Why am I a blonde? I think I have enough runes for one level up now. Probably had it for a little while, actually. Yeah. One whole level up. Just another 40 to go to reach the ideal number. And heck, if I even reach 80, I still technically need to aim for 80 in strength and dexterity. Though, if you ever felt like trying this game and doing this rune farm yokai, is most of this stuff is using a lot of endgames equipment. So you'd probably have to use other AoE attacks if you wanted to try this. And being very, very careful. Because it's not, like I said, it was built around the concept of endgame. Because most people who coming to this area would probably be going to be in the endgame anyway. Like, heck, this sword alone is endgame. Because you need to kill the final boss to get it. It's why it's jokingly called the Albinoric Slayer 9000. Because this wave of gold is just so perfect for killing mobs that are lined up just like this. Ugh. Ugh. For anyone who ever considers trying to get to the max level, I can't remember what the max level is. I think it's something like 720. I don't want to know how much they went through if they're using this method to how long they had to freaking farm these bastards. Because that's, like, I'm only, like, not even halfway there. I'm only currently 364, and that took a New Game Plus to pull that off with the Rune boost. Ugh. I love how it's basically this game was built around the concept of, or this specific area was built to be the rune farm. Because if you're not farming these guys, you're farming the bird down there. Like, you shoot that bird with a long-range attack that can actually reach the bloody thing, and he'll basically just jump off the cliff. Oh, that's just so broken. Is that an end game sword, or is that a sword you can get in the early phases? Because that sounds like an end game weapon just because of the trait. Oh God, I can just imagine. Kill about 5,000 enemies and then do New Game Plus. Go to the starting area and just kill enemies until you got a really powerful sword, and then do New Game Plus. Mind you, that's basically what I'm doing right now with this blasted thing. Mind you, this isn't a boss slayer. This is a mob slayer. This is meant to kill hordes of little weaklings. My personal go-to weapon if I'm using my in-game build, well, because as you can see, you have this shield, which is about a mid to late game shield, and a very annoying to get because it's parkour based, and as you can imagine, Souls games are not built for parkour. Like, it took up until this game in their many creations to create a dedicated jump button instead of a weird do this combination. But if you get that shield, it lets you face tank about any attack in the game that's not based around various magics or elementals. There's a lot of shields that are good for that too, but this one's the best because it has the best guard boost. It's also heavy as freaking crap, like because it's literally a stone slab. But like as I was saying though, my go-to weapon is the blasphemous blade. This is the weapon I would use when I'm fighting actual opponents. This is considered one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful weapon in the game, because it's for every kill you get some HP back, but also Taker's Flame, just hitting people with that gives you HP. This is literally keep you from not, like you combine this with the fingerprint shield, you literally are the ultimate tank. You're healing yourself, you're damaging the enemies. You're basically invincible. As long as you don't do stupid. Which is very easy to get for a guy like me. You know, like, but that's why when I started this character at the very beginning, I went for a strength faith build because I was making sure I can make the most use out of Taker's Flame when I finally got it. Because unlike most, I didn't go into this blind. I was literally seeing so much information on YouTube and how people even described it as a very good entry for new to Souls games players. So I literally went in with lots of knowledge, like about Melania, Rodan, Godric. Oh God, you know, like for the weakest of the demigods, Godric is a pain in the ass. Mind you, that's because he's also... Mind you, just to get to Godric, you have to kill... Well, not kill, but you have to defeat Moog. Oh. Yeah. I guess I don't play... I actually haven't played many of the Tales games, so I did... So I'm guessing that there's certain things you just need to... I can't... I guess... Sorry, I'm trying to get my thoughts straight. But, yeah, it sounds like... At least in that Tales game, everything's built around a lot of endgame stuff. But mind you, I guess it makes sense, because then you go into New Game Plus and you have all these super powerful items to make it easier. Oh, that's cheating. Yeah. I guess that's the beauty of New Game Plus. You can you could do things like that in the Tales game and get all these cool weapons. Oh my God! Did I just see the ghost of Lost? Uh, just in case you don't know, Lost is one of the Elden Ring YouTubers who likes to make PvP builds, and his commentary during the fights are pretty entertaining. Mind you, he's not doing them. At least the videos he posts on YouTube aren't live, but it's pretty funny when he's like going. Oh, coffee, come to me. Yeah. So just out of curiosity, maybe once I start to get a little burned out on this, should I go for Moog, the boss in this area? Finish off on something semi-interesting? He's a major boss in a Souls game. That should be it. That tends to be the big hint. Well, you see, he's one of the great rune holders. So he's pretty much any of those guys are going to be tough. The only advantage I have is, where is my equipment? Is I have a plus 10 mimic tier, a fingerprint shield, a blasphemous blade, some good armor, and 4 talisman slots. I'm about as over-prepared as I can be for that guy. But if you fought him as your emphasis should, he's going to be very tough. Like, though, mind you, people like to use the Kamehameha method on him. Because there's this late game spell called Comet Azura. And it basically is a magical Kamehameha. That people go, he's one of those bosses that likes to slowly advance towards you. So all you do is set up the sigil to boost our magic sorcery damage. And if you have a sorcery build, you basically power up this little Kamehameha wave and let it vaporize him as he's trying to come towards you. It literally will, heck, one YouTube video showed 3 guys teaming up to use that on him, and everyone in the comment section of that video is going, "We use the power of friendship." And they just Kamehameha wave him. He literally is vaporized in 30 seconds. A boss is vaporized in 30 seconds or less by a triple Kamehameha wave. In my case, I'm not going to do anything that fancy, because even though I'll finally actually have the stats to pull it off, I'm by myself. Mind you, I've seen the game. I haven't played it. I haven't sort of rushed to play it because I'm going, it looks like it departed from what I originally liked from the Final Fantasy series. Mind you, I've always liked turn-based. The move to real-time combat I can understand, but I much prefer the more classic approaches to RPGs. So I've sort of been slow to get into that. Though it is, I think it's actually in my pile over here. Okay, no, it's not in this pile. I know I have it. I put a lot of games like that on my list. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think the thing is from what I understand, a lot of summons tend to have these big over the top attacks. Something the equivalent of a Kamehameha wave is pretty common. Like a stream of power, no matter the energy type, is a very typical, well, especially from Japan, kind of idea. The Kamehameha wave is just the more famous of those because it's freaking Dragon Ball. The anime that founded many of today's over the top fighting animes. And I guess right now, the Kamehameha wave is even more memorable right now because we're all still technically respecting the memory of Akira Toriyama. Not that my tribute to his passing was all that great, considering how it was an AI generated image of Peter and Kamala powering up. So, mind you, every time I tried to make a memorial type of picture, it kept shoving their names into the memorial alongside his. So I'm going, okay, let's make something cool if we're not going to make something respectful. One more down. 39 to go. Yeah. Not counting me, 2 viewers. That's a record for me. Because of those 3 viewers, one of them's me because I'm using my phone to watch. I thought I found out how to keep an eye on the chat using a smaller window, but it makes things so awkward to look into the game for. Like I was playing. Oh. Oh, so I thought he could only summon Bahamut from what I saw in the videos, but going, okay, that makes more sense. Or Ifrit. I thought it was Ifrit was his main summon. How are you frog people not dying? I need your runes. Have the decency to die when you're hit by a wave of golden energy. Can anyone imagine that in lore wise, if this farm became canon, everyone would be going, "Where's the Elden Lord? Yeah, we haven't seen him for days." And then one person would probably say, "Oh, he's off on a hill killing Albinaurics, gathering more runes." It sounds like summons are. Well, I know summons have always been big in Final Fantasy, but it sounds like for him, summons are more important than the average use. Heck, it sounds like it's almost on par with Final Fantasy X's equivalent of using summons. How are you not dead? Ugh. Uh, the problem with this room farm is even though it's effective, it's draining. It gets more drained the farther you go because each level up requires more runes to get the next. Like, and after all these times, we could only level up twice. If I'd killed this many guys before, I'd be leveling up multiple times per sit at the fire. Or heck, you don't want to know how much I was leveling up when I was doing the cliff jumping trick. I think I was going up 5 or 10 levels at a time. I'm not sure if we'll reach 80, but I think I'm hoping to try and get to at least 60 before we end the stream. Oh god, that sounds really chaotic. Ugh. Wonder why we haven't seen any glowing-eyed mobs yet. Those are the ones that give the most runes. Probably have, and I just haven't seen them. Most of the time I'm just hitting go to bonfire, reset mobs, kill mobs with golden wave, rinse and repeat. Though, once again, getting back to your comment, Yokai, yeah, that sounds like a rather epic fight considering how 3 major summons plus the boss itself going, yeah, that sounds like one chaotic little final battle. Assuming that's a final battle and not just a starting point. Ugh. We almost didn't have this stream today. At work, there's this one guy no one the other two I normally work with don't like. And they kept going, say yes if they phone you. Going, I might have plans, guys. I'm not canceling a day off that was booked by management. You know, like the day they gave me, they keep only giving me 3 days, and it's been the same 3 days for the last 3 weeks. And they're going, no, you need to come in. Going, well, why? Well, because then they'll phone me in instead. I'm going, so I need to change my plans because you don't want to come in? And it's only a facing night. It only needs 2 people. They don't need 3 people to make the store look pretty. Mind you, I'm not exactly very fast either, so I can understand why they prefer to have the extra time. What are the final bands? Oh. I might have to play this game. Sounds interesting. Not on my top priority list because, once again, it steps away from what I always felt was Final Fantasy, but I can understand why they changed it the way it is. Things aren't the way they... When Final Fantasy was first made, there was different technology limits and ideas. Now it's evolved, so they're trying to keep up with current gaming practices rather than sticking to older methods. No, sorry, I don't think I spoke into the mic too well for that. But yeah, I might have to try that game. I think I have it somewhere. I know I have it somewhere around here. Heck, the only reason why I still have physical copies of games these days is because gaming is my main hobby. And, well, it makes up the majority of my Christmas and birthday list. That's what I'm actually trying to find interesting is to those watching this stream right now, what do you think I should do? Should I maybe on my next day off, should I either play Lost Judgment, Spider-Man Remastered, or just stick with Midnight Suns, finish up that trophy run. Well, not finish it up, but keep working at it. I could probably also go back to Persona 3 Reloaded. I don't know why I said Final Fantasy. Oh. Ugh. All that time, we only done like 3 or 4 level ups. Oh, yeah. I might have to go get another cup of coffee soon. I'm gonna do this wave of gold and then probably quickly go grab a cup of coffee. Because for me, this is morning. Not physically, but for me, the equivalent. Okay. Okay, so I'll be back in just a minute. Gonna get that coffee.
I actually have two viewers for a change. Only one's in the chat, so who knows? I know one of the three people is me. I'd much rather having a screen where I can actually see what I'm doing rather than having a smaller game screen and I'm seeing this in the Streamlabs thing that keeps track of everything. Even after throwing out all that Funko Pop stuff, I'm still finding a few plastic pieces. In the unlikely event that the place we moved to has a basement, should that be where I need to set up my little studio? Because that way I can at least minimize some of the sound. Because even you said like at the townhouse, you can't muffle everybody at once. But I figured it would at least minimize some of it. Especially if maybe if I looked into that more of the sound clipping pads that people can put on the wall. But that's one. Mind you, I can do that with any type of loop. Just being underground would have been a little more helpful. Of course, I'm pretty sure even Suncrete doesn't have a basement system. I'm pretty sure most of it's up above ground. That's why. Yeah, but yeah, and that's probably also where you're gonna have to put the barbecue because I think most of those, if they have a place for it, it's on that rooftop. Which is not terrible, just slightly annoying, I think. And let's worry about that once the big notice finally comes out. Because now that you told me so much about leaseholds, I'm now very reluctant, but it might be my only option. But once again, we'll worry about that in another few years. At least this way, I should have around 16 to 24,000 in that first-time home buyer thing by before that happens. Plus whatever interest that first 8,000 collects.
And I'm back, folks. I really have to look into how to get that pause on the screen or something that people use for these. Yeah, I played Spider-Man. I even platinumed it. Spider-Man 2, I mean. I'd say I liked Spider-Man 1 more. Peter seemed kind of a wimp in that Spider-Man 2, but mind you, he also's been through how much shit? So I guess I can understand he's not exactly at his prime. Like, he lost Aunt May, and all the stuff that's going on with Harry and all that. He's at a moral low. I think they could have done better by Peter, but at the same time and the thing is, I know it's not confirmed, but I'm half suspecting we're going to have a Superior Spider-Man arc happening in the third game. Otto is clearly prepping for something, and we all know about Superior Spider. Oh, we finally have a glowing-eyed bastard. We can finally use a pickle foulfoot. Grant me your power, oh magical piece of food. The golden pickle foulfoot gives you a boost to rune gain. I just hate farming the ingredients to make them, so I only use them when I know there's going to be a glowing eye guy to get an extra power boost. Yeah, but what the thing is it's going to be Otto possibly using the suit if he takes Peter's body like he did in the comic. Which makes sense considering how that version of Dr. Octopus, he's in a failing body as far as he's concerned. Unlike other versions I've seen of Dr. Octopus where the physical body can still function relatively normally, the Otto Octavius in that one has a crippled body. He needs the arms because, his body's failing him. So, since Peter pretty much had his arms those mechanical arms taken from him, I can see why he would want to take Peter's body. Peter, you took my arms. You put me in jail. Now I'm going to take everything from you. That younger, more able body is now mine. And oh god, think about what would happen if he actually had the octopus arms combined with that body. Heck, in the comics, I think he actually even did create a spider equivalent of that mechanical arm harness. It made him just that powerful. Like, the only thing that made Otto not as good as Peter as Spider-Man, or if not better, is the fact that, well, Peter can power through things that Otto will give up on. Like, he thought, I can't beat Norman Osborn, or I can't beat the Green Goblin, at least. Peter can. Mind you, I think he was also trying to save the girl he was in love with, going, I can't save Anna. Maybe Peter can. Because he certainly beat the goblins before. One more level up. Of course, even once we're done leveling, then I need to get runes to upgrade a freaking staff so I can make better use of that intelligence. The one thing I don't like about the rumors of Spider-Man 3 is Miles will be the central character. Miles should be a central character in his own game or in Spider-Man 4, because Spider-Man 3 should be the finish of Peter Parker's Insomniac arc. Like, it would make more sense for Miles to be made into the main character after whatever happens in Spider-Man 3, because Spider-Man 3 should still be about Peter Parker. Peter Parker already felt semi-sidelined inside Spider-Man 2. Mind you, when you're trying to balance two characters, regardless of who's supposed to be the central character, because technically both are supposed to be important to the story, it felt like everything they're doing in Spider-Man 2 should have been reserved for Spider-Man 3, where that should have been the transition game. Because they want to Well, I guess one of the advantages is transitioning Miles into the role is, why aren't you dying? Well, anyway, it was, Well, Miles makes sense because the thing is Peter Parker, especially inside the Insomniac universe, has already been Spider-Man for a while. He's already had his developments. It's not like we're having teenage Peter Parker getting his powers. This is a mid-20s, probably, Peter. And the fact that Oh. If that happens, I think they might do it in the DLC. Well, the thing is the current theory is if Otto Octavius takes Peter's body to become the superior Spider-Man, it might be more of a Miles-focused game because now Miles has to, well, one, I guess at first, stop a now much more aggressive Peter who suddenly comes out of retirement and is causing chaos while being a supposed hero. And then when he finds out, Otto's in Peter's body, he might be trying to, okay, you gotta get out of there. That's Peter's. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen, which once again makes more sense. Spider-Man 3 should be where Miles is now the more focused character, because that's, because once again they're transitioning. Miles is saving Peter, or at least stopping Otto in Peter's body. Spider-Man 2 feels like more like that's the one where they transition Miles into the main character, and I'm going, you're still clearly having a third game. You should really have made it more like that should have been the game. Mind you, why... And the thing is, it seems like they're wasted all the growth that Miles had in Miles Morales. Like Spider-Man Miles Morales, because that should have been the game where he was already getting over these confidence issues that he was having in Spider-Man 2. Heck, personally, I think the better option, and rather than retiring Peter in Spider-Man 3, though I can understand why they might want to not put over milk Peter Parker, because you can only do so much with individual characters. But they really should keep going with what they had with Miles Morales, version of the games. Here's Miles's games. Here's Peter's games. Obviously, the two should still. Yeah, I guess that is true. But no, but think about it. During the fight with Sandman, he was acting like he like that was his first rodeo practically, and yet he, like literally, this is supposed to be only a few months at most since he fought Finn and the Underground. Mind you, Sandman being supersized was probably not the conventional thing he was ready for. Fighting a souped up rhino with Roxxon enhancements is one thing. Fighting a Sandman big enough to take on an entire, knock out an entire city with a punch, that's not quite the same. It literally took Miles and Peter working together to do that. And I think there was also I think another big controversy everyone's having is going, you're teasing Cindy Moon. Yeah, that's also true. But that wasn't brought up in the game. Well, I guess overall we should take into account Miles. Well, he hasn't been hit. Well, let's see. He recently lost his dad. He has lost Finn. He lost Finn's brother also died. So he does had a few things to hit his morale. I'd say of the three, I'd say losing his dad and Finn are probably the harder hitting ones, obviously. And of course, then there's all the stuff with his Uncle Aaron. Though personally, I think during all the crap that was happening in the end of Spider-Man 2, Uncle Aaron should have put on the damn armor and went to help out his nephew. Probation and permanent retirement of the Prowler be damned. There's literally an army of freaking symbiotes attacking the city. And if anyone cared that he went all anti-hero or whatever Prowler would be at this point, should be the least of the city's concerns. As long as he's not killing people and he's saving lives, put him back in jail because he broke probation. That's more of a technicality rather than actually doing something wrong. Heck, where was Rafe during all that? Other than her maybe showing up as a random encounter during those fights, Rafe should have been actively in the story. Like, heck, I think that's one of the people's biggest controversies with Mary Jane's inclusion in the final boss fight. Well, not in the final boss fight, but during her semi-boss fight during all that mission. Is, why is this thing, giant brute symbiote that clearly can match Spider-Man, Peter and Miles in speed, casually walking up to her, letting her shoot him until his HP bar hits 0. He literally should have been speed blitzing Mary Jane rather than letting her pull off this fire. Oh, he's coming at me. Dive behind a pillar. Fire. Coming at me again. Move behind a pillar. Like, literally. Where's the speed this thing clearly has and can keep up with a Spider-Man? It clearly was nerfed for her. I don't care how powerful her gun is right now. That should not have been an easy... She literally should have been... That should have been like Dark Souls level boss, frankly. Because it's a normal woman with a pistol that has some booster tech in it right now. Like, heck, I won't even get started on the downgrade to her appearance, because I'm going, I would have ignored it if Insomniac and various other people would stop saying, You're all idiots. Going, you don't insult us. Just saying we made the change. Let's just move on. At least they improved Peter's face from compared to what they did for the remaster. At least now that different design looks more like it's not a younger version of him. Like, literally, when they did the remaster and did that face change, the biggest controversy for that was, why does he look younger than Miles? At least now he looks like he's older than Miles in Part 2. They should have done that for the remaster. Yeah, well, I meant, well, think about it. She looks like she's aged like 10 years in only a few months. Like, it's not, I wouldn't call her ugly, but she looks like she's put on a ton of weight in comparison to what you had in the previous game. You know, like going, why does she look so much older when it's only been a few months? Like, I knew something didn't look right. It took literally people putting me side by side going, I thought it was just the hairstyle change. So I got, maybe it's just that's throwing me off. Like, she does look okay, but she does look like she's not on par with her Part 1 counterpart, and it's only been a few months. Even if the job with Jameson being your boss is not exactly easy on the stress. Like, I don't hate it as much as some of the other YouTubers did, but I can see their point. Like, I'm sort of leaning in that direction, but I'm not as annoyed with it. Like, heck, I was even ignoring the continued addition of the Mary Jane missions because no one liked those much in the other game. Because I'm going, it was in the other game. Oh. Yeah, but it sounds more like she wasn't directly involved in the combat, and it was only for, what, a couple of months at most? Maybe only a few weeks? Actually, that's the other reason why I think it's strange that it looked like she put on weight so much. Like, in the face, she looks like she put on weight. Going, if she was trained by Silver Sable, if anything, she should look even more in shape. Because that's one of the implied reasons why she's even more effective in combat now, is Silver Sable trained her. Like, if anything, that should be like going to boot camp. On steroids. And plus, when she was in Sicaria, she was with Peter. Even if he wasn't actively, beating the crap out of anyone that was a threat to MJ, his spider sense would tell them they were in danger. Let's go this direction. Get out of the danger zone. So I don't think she was in much. I don't think she had to, run around gunfights or anything like that. At least not without, not being actively participating in them, at least. She was there as a reporter, not as a soldier, after all. Even Peter called it a working vacation for them when they went to there during the events. So obviously they weren't in the thick of the combat. Different universe doesn't count. Lois Lane factors do not count. Hmm. If they were, if Superman and Lois Lane existed in the Spider-Man universe, that would be a full point. That's barely half a point. Yeah. Well, like I said, some of my options for what I might do if I either want to take a break from the Midnight Suns or uh or after the Midnight Suns is I'm thinking of either doing the three games. Now that New Game Plus and Spider-Man 2's out, I might once again do remastered, do Miles Morales, and then do Spider-Man 3. But mind you, that might also be burnout levels of, Spider-Man. Too many Spider-Man games. Actually, the one thing I really didn't like about Spider-Man 2 is the parry mechanic. I can definitely see why they added it. They needed to make the combat evolve a bit more for the sequel. But I'm so out of reflex. Every time I see a prompt, regardless of its color, I'm hitting dodge, so I'm being hit by the yellow parry attack because I hit dodge instead of parry. My first reflex is to get out of the way rather than parry something, so unfortunately I was taking so many hits that I shouldn't have been taking because I should have been using the freaking parry mechanic. Oh, good. So it wasn't just me that was having that issue. Like going, why am I dying so much? Why am I taking so much damage? Okay, oh yeah, it's right, because I keep getting hit by these damn yellow hit. You can only parry this abilities. Like, I think I was playing on the second lowest difficulty setting. Actually, I might have been playing on normal because I thought, well, I'm streaming this. I really should be playing it on normal. I can't remember what setting I had it on. I'd probably have to go into the game and find out. And seeing how that's on my PS5 and I'm currently on my computer, it's not quite simple. Especially considering how both are hooked up to the same screen. Just out of curiosity, when did you get Spider-Man? I got it at launch. It was actually what started my streaming, though I was on Twitch back then. I just thought since I only got 3 followers, I thought, let's just go to YouTube. I hear rumors of Twitch possibly going under, but mind you, that was mostly just rumors. I thought, just in case, let's just go to YouTube. I see another glowing eye. Oh, so you... Okay, I guess you only just recently got to it? Because it just sound from the way you phrased it, it sounded like you only just recently started playing Spider-Man 2. Oh wait, I guess with the new game plus, you could have easily just gone back to it after that. That technically answering my own damn questions. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to. From what it sounds like, if I'm understanding it correctly, we're going to be getting 3 story DLCs, and they're all going to be free. Like, I don't think we're going to have to buy them like we did with the City That Never Sleeps kind of stuff. I'm hoping that's true. Oh, coffee. Oh, we lost one viewer. Well, considering how slow the levels up are, we might have to stop at 50. Do Moog and then maybe call it a day. Because right now we're up to... We're up to 45. Ugh. Like I said, I think I might just get the character up to 50. That'll be a whole 11 levels right there. And maybe going up to Shadow of the Erdtree, I might do once a month. I might do. Just a sec. I thought I heard my dad say something. Well, if my dad said something, he didn't know what he said because I'm going. It wasn't me. Uh, like I said, I'm thinking about once I get to intelligence level 50, maybe I'll go do Moog or whatever his freaking name is. So many hard to pronounce names in this game. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm thinking what the plan is up until Shadow of the Erdtree. Maybe I'll do once or twice a month. I'll do one of these little streams where I'm showing my rune farming. Maybe do some bosses. Mind you, we don't know what the bosses were. Other than possibly the guy that I'm about to go kill before I end the stream. Many are expecting he has to at least be defeated to access the DLC. So it's a double win. Farm some runes and get rid of a guy that might be the story equivalent. Some people think you might have to beat Radon too. Who's one of the most frustrating bosses in this game because he's one of the few built to handle multi-target opponents. Oh, I'm by myself now. Well, hopefully some people come back. Although it was nice to have a few people in the stream for a while. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a long grind, folks. At least I got a few hours. Not much to talk about now that there's no one in the chat to make occasional comments. Ugh. Like I said, I'm thinking about once I get to 50, I'll go after Moog. Ugh. Kind of shame not having him to talk to anymore. This was making it a little easier to handle the grind. Though on the plus side, we got a pretty good run. I need 2 sheep. Two more and we're got a decent run. Yeah, definitely gonna think after I get another couple level ups, I'll probably take a break. Well, at least we're almost there, folks. Okay, welcome, viewer. You just caught me when I finished getting to level 50 intelligence. I'm thinking of heading for a certain boss in this area. I went from 39 intelligence to 50. Figured now is the time to finally just get back to some real work. Oh, wait, probably should do this while we're doing that. Where are you? No! Forgot they can charge like that. It's been a while since I had to fight those guys. That scared me. Go, wait, why are they charging? I thought they only slumped around. Holy shit, do they make a mess. Whoa, whoa! Forgot how creepy these guys can be. of there! Get out of there! Okay, there we go. And we're done. Here's the Sacred Relic Sword. And we'll call it quits for there for now. Got a pretty good chunk. We got up a total of 11 levels, and we got to kill the boss.